Welcome to the stage, Shamilton!
They call themselves Baby Wants Candy. They're one of the top musical improv troupes in the world, and they're performing 2 musicals here. That should be enough to send you running for tickets to the Asheville Improv Festival. That and so much more are hitting the stage over 4 nights in May. Logan Square Improv is coming from Chicago. We have an unscripted Tennessee Williams play, and close to 3 dozen troupes from Asheville and around the country will make it the festival of the season. This much is certain. Everything you see will be made up entirely on the spot and never be seen again. It all happens May 6th through 9th at a few downtown venues. All the details and tickets are available at AshevilleImprovFestival.com. Wake up, Asheville. I'm Matt Peiken. I hope you've all had a very sunny week. Here's your local newscast for Friday, April 17th. At Asheville's annual State of Downtown luncheon, Mayor Esther Manheimer called the city center, quote, the heart and engine of Western North Carolina, and said there's a full court press on safety. Leaders highlighted the new Downtown Improvement District, whose ambassadors operate daily, handling more than 67,000 service tasks in 8 months. Survey results show most stakeholders feel safe during the day, and perceptions of cleanliness are up. The city has also set aside $15.5 million for small business recovery and millions more for affordable housing, including about 200 planned units on Cox Avenue. Read more in the Citizen Times. McCormick Field is now Home Trust Park, but the city won't directly collect any naming rights revenue. City officials say that was part of the plan behind the $38.5 million stadium renovation. Under a new 20-year lease, the Asheville tourists control naming rights and pay higher rent in return. The team will pay $450,000 a year at first, then $475,000 through 2046. Officials say the upgrades were required by Major League Baseball to keep the tourists in town. Mayor Esther Manheimer called the project significant for the future of baseball in Asheville and Western North Carolina. You can read more in the Asheville Watchdog. Nearly 200 people gathered in Asheville Wednesday to discuss a U.S. Forest Service proposal to roll back the 2001 Roadless Area Conservation Rule, which limits road construction in nearly 60 million acres of national forest. U.S. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins says rescinding the rule would remove, quote, overly restrictive barriers and improve fire management and timber production. But local advocates and officials argue it protects drinking water, wildlife, and the region's economy. Speakers noted 14.5 million people in the Southeast rely on water from these forests and warned of costly road maintenance and pollution risks. You can read more in the Mountain Express. The Asheville Fire Department is launching a Community Emergency Response Team, or CERT, to train residents to help during disasters when first responders may be delayed or overwhelmed. The program follows national standards with a focus on local risks like flooding, severe weather, wildfire, and community support operations. Participants will learn disaster preparedness, fire extinguisher use, light search and rescue, and basic disaster medical care. The program is open to Asheville residents 18 and over. Training includes online and hands-on sessions, and participants must pass a background check. Read more in the City of Asheville's news page. And the first freight train through Western North Carolina since Hurricane Helene is set to roll this weekend through the newly restored Old Fort Loops. The 13-mile stretch between Old Fort and Swannanoa climbs more than 1,000 feet and is considered one of the most treacherous rail sections in the country. Helene caused heavy damage, and for months it wasn't clear if Norfolk Southern would rebuild. Construction began last May. Local leaders say the line is vital for businesses and could support future passenger rail. A public gathering is planned tomorrow in Old Fort. Read more at Blue Ridge Public Radio. As you can tell every time you listen to Wake Up, I draw all the content from the credible sources of journalism right in this city. But if I've messed up with anything like how to pronounce something, or you think there's just something more I need to know about a certain story, you can always drop me a line at editor@wakeupthenews.org. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next episode of Wake Up.